All right. Hello to each and every one of you awesome people. And yes, I'm Pallavii Raj. I'm a charismatic communication coach. I'm also a TEDx speaker. I have been a media person for the past 26 years. I've hosted over 6,400 plus events. I've been able to touch and transform over 1.5 lakh lives globally in these 26 years. And yes, today I definitely want to be able to help you understand how you can become that amazing leader that you so want to become. Okay, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your professional life, in your business, I really feel like there are certain fundamentals that help you become that kind of leader. Not every single person would be in the same field. So, depending on your industry and your field, certain requirements will change. But those qualities that you definitely need, which can help you help so many more people reach that stage of leadership. Because leadership, according to me, is not about being that boss, right? Who takes charge of people. It's about being the kind of person who's constantly building more leaders under you. So it's like saying you're not the king, you're the king maker, right? But you are the king as well as the king maker. You're not just the leader, but you're also the leader maker, where you're enabling so many people around you to understand that they have the same capabilities as long as they're willing to work a little bit on themselves. Everything that's open to you is also open to them. The opportunities are similar for everybody. It's about who looks at that opportunity with what kind of thought process, and how do you adapt, and how do you change yourself and your personality such that you then step into the shoes of being that amazing leader, right? So you, if you're able to enable that in people, obviously you become that leader that society so needs. So in my last video about how do you become that leader, or what kind of qualities do you need in order to become that kind of a leader, I shared 8 different qualities, and I told you that I'm going to be sharing the other 8 in the next video. And this, of course, is that next video. All right. So let's do a little bit of a quick recap. What exactly did we share when we were talking about in the first video? We spoke about leaders must have a vision, have strategic thinking. You have to be a good decision maker. Your communication has to be effective and charismatic. You have to be that adaptable person, and yes, build your emotional intelligence. You must have integrity at all points in time and in all areas of your life. And of course, you need to be a team builder, right? So those were the 8 that we've already covered. Moving on to the next 8 at this point in time. The first thing that I want to talk about here is problem solving. You, as a business leader, obviously will encounter numerous challenges, and you need to be able to understand how do you solve a challenge. Do you get stuck in this in the challenge? Do you get stuck talking about the problem, or are you the kind of person who is a solution oriented person? You are the problem solver, so to speak. So being a skilled problem solver um, is a must in order to be that leader. You need to approach issues analytically. Okay, so there is that logical side of your brain, the left brain. Of course, you need to be able to find effective solutions, and these solutions cannot be win-lose solutions. Ideally, they need to be win-win solutions, and you, I'm sure, understand that. As a problem solver, you also need to be able to learn from your mistakes. You have to take those key lessons. You have to learn from your experiences. Somewhere, if you've experienced something in some part of your life, you need to be able to bring that experience to a particular issue that you are trying to solve, a particular problem that you're trying to find a solution to. And that is why I say that this is one quality that is so required: problem solving ability, alone and with the help of others. So sometimes there are people who can solve a problem alone if they're given that free hand, but the minute they're put amongst two, three other people and they have to brainstorm and find a solution, they kind of find themselves pretty lost. And that's not the situation I want you to be in. Okay. And I'd love to give you examples of all of these qualities that people have. I'd like to give you examples through talking about some world leaders who possess these qualities, and then maybe you can read up a little more about them if you'd like. So Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple Incorporated, is a very, very skilled problem solver according to research. He has led his company through supply chain challenges and product design issues. And he's constantly striving hard to find solutions to maintain Apple's success. Apple's, numerous successes in the past. And then obviously there is an expectation that people have. You need to be able to keep pace with that. You need to also be able to see that you're able to maintain that industry position, right, as a company. And that requires problem solving skills, which of course Tim Cook has. So you should read up a little bit if you'd like about Tim Cook, and you'd probably be able to get a few more tips and pointers as to how you can become that amazing problem solver too. Okay. The next point is accountability. Oh my God, I cannot again underline the importance of accountability enough. A good leader takes responsibility for, if I say that I'm a good leader, I take responsibility for my actions, for my decisions. I need to have that accountability towards my people, towards my employees, my customers, my stakeholders, my team, right? I need to be held accountable. I need to be the kind of leader who's willing to be called out. This is another thing that I have learned from my mentor, Blair Singer, who constantly talks about code of honor. And I spoke about code of honor when we were talking about team building the last time. And I spoke with you and I told you that a code of honor is the most crucial element when you want to build something sustainable and long term. And one of the things that the code of honor also has in it, that you're willing to call out people without being scared of, oh my God, what are people going to think about me? And you're willing to be called out. So you might be the leader, but are you willing to be called out by your team, by your employees, by your stakeholders and customers? That means you have that sense of accountability as well. Okay. If you're willing to be called out and then you're not justifying, you're taking responsibility, that means you're a true leader as well. Okay. So as a leader, if you're willing to hold yourself and your team members accountable for meeting your goals, for doing what you say you will do, for taking that action. If you committed something, then you have to be able to take action, keep your word in order to meet your objectives, in order to meet your vision, in order to meet the smaller goals as well, right? So there are short-term, mid-term, long-term goals, and you need to be able to meet all those. And that is the quality of a great leader. And I definitely at this point in time want to talk about Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors. She displayed amazing accountability by taking responsibility for product recalls, right? Maybe there's a challenge and the entire lot is recalled. Oh my God, that's a big thing for any company. You have to recall probably the entire batch, even if one small thing, there's one small challenge in one particular, it could be a car, it could be a product, it could be whatever, but the entire batch needs to be recalled, right? And that obviously, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, where I'm going with this, that requires immense amount of this quality of being held accountable. I'm okay. To take responsibility for this and implementing changes. She also has been credited with implementing changes to improve the safety, the quality in the company's vehicles, because people buy a vehicle first and foremost for it to keep their families safe, to help them transport themselves from one place to the other. But the primary thing in their mind is also safety. Then comes, okay, how durable, how much, whatever, how much is it going to run, what kind of returns in terms of, okay, if I'm going to put in this much petrol, what is going to be, I'm forgetting the word right now. So I'm sure you get the drift, right? How many kilometers is this going to put out? How many years is this going to last me? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, the luxury and all of that has to be secondary. According to me, safety has to be primary, right? So, well, she's somebody who has been able to do that. And therefore, I talk about her when it comes to accountability. The next quality I want to talk about as a leader is having the confidence. Now, confidence a lot of times is taken very lightly. Two things that are taken very lightly, confidence and communication. What's so big? What's such a big deal about these things? Of course, I have the confidence. Of course, I can communicate really well. Really? Please think about it. Go deep within and ask yourself, is your confidence at a level where it's inspiring trust in other people? So it is, of course, essential to strike a balance between confidence and humility. You can be a very humble person, but if that is affecting your confidence negatively, which means that you're coming across as somebody who everybody can take for a ride, or you're coming across as a humble person but not a confident person, that's a challenge. And then the other end of the spectrum is also a challenge, that you're coming across as an overconfident person, right? So overconfidence can be detrimental to leadership, most certainly. And therefore, that beautiful balance between confidence and humility has to be struck. And this is where, you need to be able to work on yourself internally. Confidence is not built from the outside inwards. It is built from inside out. You can be a nobody in life. We all start as nobodies, man. I've started as a nobody. Every single one of us start as nobodies. We want to make a mark for ourselves. But do we say that to ourselves, I'm a nobody, I'm a nobody? Or do we say to ourselves that I am somebody, I'm a powerful creator, I am that person who's going to bring about that impact, that influence, that change, and it may not be my current reality, but it is my law, it is my reality, because my word is law, and whatever I say, I have to live by it. I need to build my confidence in that manner, according to me, and then start working towards taking that confidence to the next level, right? It's an internal shift. It's all internal work, because your inner world creates your outer world. Other people will see you as confident when you yourself speak confidently with yourself, and that's where the connection between confidence and internal communication. Right? A lot of people miss out on this. So, superb example I want to give you is that of Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. Oh, that man exudes confidence, right? His self-assuredness in the face of so many new ventures that he keeps coming up with, so many the industries that he's part of, all of that has definitely led to the growth, the diversification of Virgin as a brand. And I'm sure you are able to see that as well, correct? So confidence is crucial. It's required as a leader. And I think that if you can read up about Richard Branson, you will get a lot of pointers as to how he became that confident person. Maybe he didn't always start like that, correct? The next quality I want to talk about is resilience. Resilience, resilience, resilience. Business leadership often involves dealing with setbacks, with failures. Why do I only talk about business leadership? I want to talk about life. Every day, some setbacks, some failure, something didn't go as per plan, isn't it? Are you still resilient enough to bounce back? The art of bouncing back, having that resilience, whether you go through an accident like my husband, Commander Bimal Raj, did, and that's exactly what he talks about in his book. It's called What Next? The Art of Bouncing Back by Commander Bimal Raj, and it's on Amazon.in. I must encourage you to go and get yourself a copy and read it, because that talks about resilience like I've never known. So I just want to be able to help you understand that resilience, yes, it's your ability to bounce back. but it's also your ability to learn from your mistakes. If you bounce back and you continue making the same mistakes, is that really being wise? No. So, your ability to bounce back as well as learn from your mistakes, your ability to maintain that your internal drive, your motivation, your determination, your ability to keep your eyes on the yellow ball, though there might be so many different distractions. Your health, your failing health might be a distraction. Other things that are becoming a stumbling block could be distractions. But are you able to still stand up, dust it off, and say, I'm ready, what next? That is the ability that I want you to have, okay, as a resilient business person or as a resilient human being as well. And I want to talk about Jeff Immelt here, the former CEO of General Electric. He demonstrated resilience by leading the company through economic downturns, market challenges. He had a long term vision and he kept his eyes firmly on that yellow ball. He kept understanding. He knew that that is our vision and that's where we are headed. These could be, roadblocks. These could be stumbling blocks, challenges, but we can overcome them. And that is what resilience is all about. So please, definitely, if nothing else, this is one thing, that the art of bouncing back, the art of coming back after an adversity, your adversity quotient, that's resilience. So start building on it. All right. So, hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please go right ahead, subscribe. And yes, definitely hit the bell icon so that, as I keep putting out new videos, it will give you a notification. And I'm very sure that you will grow, you will learn a lot, you will be able to, of course, comment, and I will take charge of the kind of comments that you send me. I will also start addressing the issues that you have. So put them down in your in the comments. What are the kind of issues that you're facing when it comes to your leadership? Okay, so that is something that I'm really, really looking forward to. My next point for you is delegation. Oh my God, there are so many people out there in the world who feel that they are the only people who can do this effectively. Are you that kind of person who also feels that, oh, if I give it to somebody else, I don't know how effectively it's going to happen, I'm the only one who can do this effectively? Are you that kind of person? And if that's happening in your case, then boss, you can never become an effective leader, because effective leaders know how to delegate tasks and responsibilities to their teammates. So you will provide the guidance, you will provide the support, but they will be actually taking charge of those key pointers, those key tasks, because you cannot do every single thing. And the minute you're the kind of person who does not delegate, I want to tell you, you do not have the kind of trust that you need to have. You don't have the ability to trust people, and that is not going to do you well in the long run. When you want to become that amazing leader who everybody looks up to, because trusting people is an important aspect of life. And of course, in business, you need to understand that you cannot do everything on your own. You need to start delegating. And when you do delegate, then leave it to them. Not you don't breathe down their neck saying, oh, this did not happen, or that did not happen, or you did not do it this way. Give them a free hand. Delegate, give them a free hand, see how they've done. They're also learning from their own mistakes. And suppose you've given them too much of a free hand, you will learn from your mistake that, okay, the next time this much I can give, but this much free hand I cannot give. Or at least I have to provide the constant guidance, and I have to oversee certain things, but not like, constantly overseeing like a helicopter, like you have helicopter mothers. You can't be like that. Right? So this aspect of delegation is not just for your business leadership, but also for your life. You cannot do every single thing. And when you do every single thing, when you make all the decisions for your children, when you do everything yourself, you're not building your children up. You're not building them up. As a parent, you're not building them up. Similarly, if you take all the decisions for your team, you're not building them up, you're not delegating them any tasks, they will never learn. And if they want to learn, then they will leave you. They will not leave the organization, they will leave you, and they will probably transfer to another vertical, or they will go to another one of your competitors They won't leave the industry maybe, but that's exactly what I pointed out even the last time. People don't leave companies, they leave bosses. So if you're not being the leader, if you're not delegating, then you're being the boss. Everything has to be under your control. Can't. There is nobody in this world that you can actually control. You can only control yourself. Apart from yourself, nobody else. So delegation is key over here. I'm connecting quite a few things here, right, with delegation. But believe me, when you understand the essence of it, you will understand that a controlling person cannot delegate. For how many of you that was a bulbon? Please give me a BO in the comment box that stands for bulbon. So when you delegate, it empowers your employees and it allows leaders, you, to focus on higher level tasks, to focus on the bigger vision, to focus on expansion, to focus on bigger things. Don't you want to be able to do that as a leader? You want to be able to delegate the other stuff to all the others in the team and build them as leaders. Who's going to be your next line of leadership? You have to think about all of these things, right? So a very beautiful example that I want to give when it comes to delegation is Sundar Pichai, okay, the CEO of Alphabet Inc. Google's parent company is called Alphabet Inc., by the way, right? He delegates so beautifully, so effectively the tasks, the responsibilities to his team that he allows himself to then focus on strategic initiatives. And in doing so, he's also empowering his own employees. So, like I said, he is a leader, but you need a second level of leadership. You need the third level of leadership. You need the fourth level of leadership. That's the only way that an organization is going to grow. That's the only way that your kids are going to grow as well. So think about this. These are very, very beautifully connected, and one is not separate from the other sometimes, I feel. Okay. The next attribute I want to talk about is having this amazing skill called time management. Leaders must efficiently manage their time. You have to be prioritizing your tasks in order to ensure productivity, because if you don't prioritize, you are not going to get anything done. You have to be able to meet your timelines. I don't like using the word deadlines because it's in the word itself. It's a deadline. I want it to be a timeline. Okay, so I want it to be a living line. Okay, sometimes we use far too many facial expressions, but I want you to notice these things as well. I want you to be able to notice a lot of things when you're watching my videos, not just what I'm speaking about, right? So I want you to use whatever system you'd like to use for your time management. It could be Pomodoro. It could be that you're doing deep work for 60 to 90 minutes and you're using certain apps to get into that deep work zone. You're shutting off your notifications. All my notifications on my phone are shut. Like there's no WhatsApp or Facebook or Insta or those kind of notifications or email notifications. No, I've shut them all down. The reason I've shut down notifications is I don't want to be disturbed and distracted. I want to be able to do some deep work and for like 60-minute stretch, 90-minute stretch. But if you're somebody who feels that no, I work best with 25 minutes of deep work and then 5 minutes of easing into things or just relaxing, do that. Who's stopping you from doing that? If you want to have surround yourself with some amount of greenery in your room, in the direction that you are looking in, then surround yourself with that. Like I have greenery around me so that I can keep looking at it from time to time and my eyes are relaxing from time to time. I am able to think because of all the green that I'm seeing. I'm able to think because of, certain waterfall pictures that I have all around me, because I like to think of it as, creativity flows, and that's how things are meant to be. We're meant to be amidst nature, and sometimes when we are doing our deep work, we don't have that ability to go out of the house, then step into your balcony, just get some sun. But manage your time well. As a leader, you need to be able to use time management techniques in order to manage your time well. And believe me when I say this, when you when you become part of my paid community, one of the first things that I align you with is time management. It's a beautiful course that I have, and it aligns you so beautifully. It gives you techniques, it gives you ways in which you can start becoming better time managers, and of course, start becoming more productive, because that's what life is all about, being productive. Busy to hum sab hain, but are you busy with results or busy without results? If you're busy with results, you're productive. If you're busy without results, you're unproductive. So do it. I want to share about Marissa Mayer, the former CEO of Yahoo. She was known for her time management skills in the industry, and this actually, her time management skills allowed her to juggle so many different responsibilities that she had. She used to lead a major tech company, and she used to manage her work life beautifully. So that became a very important aspect when people around her used to see her, and they used to ask her, how do you manage your time? And that is something that I want to be able to impress on each and every one of you who want to become those amazing leaders. All right, the next thing I'm going to talk about right now, this is the second last quality as a leader that you need to have: strategic networking. So we spoke about strategic planning initially, but I'm talking about strategic networking now. Your network allows your net worth to build. So your net worth is only as good as your network. Okay, building and nurturing a network of valuable contacts is so crucial as a leader, as a business leader. That is what allows you to grow. That is what allows your company to grow, your organization to grow. That is what allows you to get those opportunities that so many other people probably don't get because they're not networking with the right kind of people. So effective networking leads to those amazing opportunities, leads to the right kind of partnerships, it leads to the right kind of collaborations. It gives you a lot of insights. You also meet with your competitors when you're networking. You understand how they're operating. You understand, how many people they know. You understand how people think about your competitors in the market. Networking not just allows you to expand your own network, but it also helps you understand about how other people are doing things in their companies and organizations. And you can take best practices from all these people as well. And of course, like I already mentioned, it builds your network in such a manner that eventually maybe you can look at a collaboration, at a partnership. It only happens because of networking. How good are you at building those strategic networks as a leader? It's very, very crucial for you to work on this particular aspect of being a leader. This is not taught all the time, but I am somebody who constantly talks about building networks, because I understand the importance of word of mouth, not just as an industry, but understanding the importance of you become referable. You become referable when you're part of a network of good people. At that point in time, they might not look at a collaboration with you, but they will refer you to people because they know you well, and you're networking constantly with them, and they're seeing your values, they are liking your values, and that's what allows them also to say, okay, I want to be able to help this person build up. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, of course, is a brilliant example. You know him, the co-founder, the CEO of Meta Platforms Inc., formerly Facebook. Yes, he has built such a vast network of connections and partnerships to really expand the company's influence and the company's reach as well. And I am amazed how this man, now, of course, boy, when I watched Social Networks, I looked at him as a boy who, even at that point in time, was very inclined towards building the right kind of network and building those relationships. Well, however he did it, he has done it, right? So networking ability is something that you can definitely learn from a person like Mark Zuckerberg. And finally, that last bit, which allows you to become that quintessential leader that you so want to become: technical competence. My friends, technical competence depends on your industry, and leaders must possess a very solid understanding of the technical aspects of your specific business. So if my business is communication, I need to understand the technicalities here. I cannot be somebody who is repurposing information. I've learned it from somewhere and now I want to build my business based on, whatever I've learned from somebody else. I have to put in effort. I have to have my own experiences. I have to be solid when it comes to my technical understanding. Those technical aspects are a must when you want to become a market leader and when you want to take your organization to that next level of market leadership of excellence. So you need to understand the technical aspects of your business. You will be able to take informed decisions when you understand those technical aspects as well. You will be able to expand your business because you're able to communicate those technical aspects effectively with to so many other people as well. You're able to understand how your business actually grows, and that technical competence is so crucial. You have to be that expert in your field to be able to have that effective communication with the experts, with other experts in your own field, so that then people start looking up to you with, oh wow, this person has value addition, brings a lot of value addition, this person is credible, this person adds value to the industry as a whole. And people then start looking up to you as, oh, this is here's a person, here's a company that knows what they're talking about. And that's that level that only a leader can bring to the fore. So please definitely help yourself build your technical competence. And this is again where I want to speak about Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. Technically super awesome and competent, and has a very deep understanding of the technology industry as a whole. And that you can understand that when he starts talking about his industry. His expertise has literally contributed to Microsoft's success in cloud computing and so many other areas. And I think this is a brilliant example for you to learn from, and for you to maybe read a little bit more about how do people become technically so competent in whichever field they choose to become top-notch leaders who are looked upon as, wow, I want to be like that leader. Yeah. So you need to be able to understand by reading up about these kind of people. You need to also be able to focus on these 16 amazing qualities of a world-class leader, so that you can have success in your businesses. I definitely want you to understand that business leaders and successful business leaders, most often than not, embody all these qualities. It's a combination. Whatever they need, they have, and they work towards building more and more of these qualities, because they realize that, hey, people are going to start looking up to me. I'm going to start influencing people. I have to inspire people. I want to be able to build people to look at things my way, but to also be able to have their own leadership style. So leaders are people, and these kind of leaders are people who are constantly working on developing and refining their own leadership skills. They're constantly working inside out. Your inner world creates your outer world, and leaders know this very well. So that they can excel in their roles. They're working on themselves so that they can excel in their roles, so that they can guide their organizations to newer heights, newer successes. And I want you people to help me understand what has been the breakthrough moment for you in this particular video. Of course, in both these videos combined as well. And have I added value by giving you some examples as well in these specific qualities that I spoke about? What have been your topmost learnings? If you'd like to even type that out in the comment box, I would so appreciate it. And definitely write in the comment box, what more would you like to learn from me? What are the areas where you'd like to understand more about certain areas related to communication, related to leadership, related to team building, that I'd be able to, related to sales, that I'd be able to help make videos about, please do share your comments, to ask me whatever you want, and I'm very sure that I will be able to come up with more and more content such that it will enrich your lives as well. All right. So I'm Pallavii Valia Raj. I definitely want to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Definitely click on that bell icon so that whenever I'm coming up with a video, you will get that notification. Keep expecting videos, keep expecting shorts. And if I'm not making videos, write to me and say, hey, where's your next video? I'm waiting for it. But also write to me and tell me what are the kind of things that you people would love to see me make videos on in my field, in my expertise. And I'll definitely come up with more of those. I'm Pallavii. Once again, I'm signing out. Mwah. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.